Abbey Road is one of the greatest albums of the late 20th century. It's a fantastic frozen moment in the lives of the most famous band of all time, telling a magnificent and emotional story through its operatic proceedings. But what stands out the most about the album is the cover, which is so simplistic yet so unforgettable. Every part seems perfectly in place, as if changing one thing would be defacing a piece of priceless art, planned as carefully as if it had been painted by hand. What's funny is that the cover was forged entirely by accident. We actually have several of the other photos taken that day, and what we see in that roll is the four Beatles continuously crossing the road in snapshots that feel totally wrong and absolutely not worthy of an album cover, until finally, the perfect image appears totally out of the blue. But at the time, no one really knew this. For many decades, Beatle fans around the world saw this image as if it were an artifact from the Da Vinci Code. It needed to be analyzed and understood. Clues needed to be discovered and broken down to uncover what it was really all meant to mean. And those fans that searched for meaning found something that would shock the world. Yes, on the cover of Abbey Road, Paul McCartney isn't wearing shoes. When this was first uncovered shortly after the album's release, conspiracy theorists and college stoners across the world agreed that this could only mean one thing. In 1966, the real Paul McCartney died in a car accident. The remaining three Beatles, possibly with the assistance from the British government, chose to cover up his death and seek a lookalike replacement to fill his place. The replacement chosen, whose name was either William Campbell or William Shears, filled in the dead Beatles spot perfectly, and in the remaining 3 years, the group would hide clues in their album seeking to reveal the truth about what had really happened. Now, I hate to burst anyone's bubble here, but none of this is actually true. Paul McCartney is still alive, he still makes albums, and in the most horrific revelation of all, he still wears shoes. But for many years after the Beatles broke up, and again after the invention of the internet, many people believed that he was, in fact, dead as a doornail. To this day, fringe eccentrics are still trying to prove that all of this is true, many releasing tell-all books and documentaries trying to reveal the Beatles' darkest secret. I believe Paul is dead to be one of the first prototype conspiracy theories. In some weird way, if we understand the mentality of Paul is dead, how it gained traction and why its followers still justify it to this day, the general spread of misinformation in a modern age will make a bit more sense. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you down, because I'm going to, on a tragical history tour of fiction and fools, lies and intrigue. Come along for the ride. We're dying to take you away.